Hello, it is Foundation Friday, August 4th, 2023. Steve Sipress here. We have a beautiful orange sunset going on in the west behind me, and it is time for another in our multi-part series on the fantastic foundational book, The Magic of Thinking Big, by Dr. David J. Schwartz. We are in the final chapter 13, and last time we started with Dr. Schwartz talking to us about the practice of trading minds with the people that you want to influence. So he urges us to develop the power to trade minds with people we want to influence, and therefore we are putting ourselves in their shoes, so to speak, and becoming better leaders. So here he shares with us 9 exercises, 9 different situations, and what we can do to become a better leader in each situation in a way of trading minds, which, by the way, is his leadership rule number 1 of 4. So here is exercise number 1. The situation is giving someone directions at work. For the best results, ask yourself, looking at this from the viewpoint of someone who is new to this, have I made myself clear? Exercise number 2, the situation is writing an ad. For best results, ask yourself, if I were a typical prospective buyer, how would I react to this ad? And I would urge you to trade shoes with your ideal prospective buyer and say, if I was my ideal target prospect, how would I respond to this ad? Situation 3, being on the phone with somebody. Ask yourself, if I were the other person, what would I think of my telephone voice and manners? Number 4, you can tell the word manners because this book was written over 60 years ago. I don't think today anyone talks about manners in anything, certainly not on social media. Number 4, I digress. Gift giving. For best results, ask yourself, is this gift something I would like, or is it something he or she would like? And often there is an enormous difference. Situation number 5, the way you give directions. For best results, ask yourself, would I like to carry out these directions if they were given to me the way I give them to others? Number 6, exercise to become a better leader by trading minds with the people you want to influence is in the world of child discipline. Ask yourself, if I were the child, considering his or her age, experience, and emotions, how would I react to this discipline? Situation number 7 is your appearance. Ask yourself, what would I think of my superior if he or she were dressed like me? And so, speaking of appearance, you might notice that I wake up every day here in the way too hot and way too sunny Phoenix, Scottsdale area of Arizona, and I throw an ugly red Hawaiian shirt on just to tell myself and send the message to anyone never on a Zoom call I was on, a conference call this morning for a couple hours, and other calls during the day, and now here I am on a video, if that's how you're watching this, and I'm sending the message that, hey, when you put these systems into place and you learn how to really do influence and persuasion and advertising and marketing well, it's like being on vacation, and you can wear anything you want, be wherever you want, be on vacation every day, basically, and the systems are working for you, and your business is growing, the money's coming in, even though you're wearing a ridiculous, stupid, ugly red Hawaiian shirt. I don't have to wear some button-down shirt or tie or jacket or whatever. That's the message I'm sending with my appearance. Situation number 8, preparing a speech. For best results, ask yourself, considering the background and interest of the audience, what would I think of this remark? So think as if you were in the audience. What would you think about that joke, about that story, about that anecdote, about that point you're making anytime you're giving a talk? Think about, put yourself in the shoes of your audience. And finally, situation number 9, in the world of entertainment. For best results, ask yourself, if I were my guests, what kinds of food, music, and entertainment would I like best? And speaking of which, you might hear in the background one of my neighbors has early started a Friday evening party. And the party music is going. I hear Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band, which one of my clients is world famous for getting Bob Seger to make a recording of his song Like a Rock, because my client came while he was working for GM over 30 years ago, came up with the concept and contacted Bob Seger and got him to record that for the Chevy Silverado campaign, Like a Rock, which is famous because it became the #1 campaign in the entire history of GM and still is to this day. Over $3 billion worth of Chevy Silverados sold as a direct result of that campaign that my fantastic client Grant Parsons came up with. So very cool to hear Bob Seger here. Oh, and by the way, it's kind of cool, the sunset off the homes across the street here, if you can see them, as the sun is reflecting off those homes up in the mountains across the street. Anyway, we will finish up with the 3 steps to have you trade minds with the people that you want to influence, and this is how it works. First, consider the other person's situation. Put yourself in his or her shoes, so to speak. Remember, his or her interests, income, intelligence, and background may differ considerably from yours. Or in the world of marketing, there's a well-known saying, you are not your audience. Put yourself in their shoes. And then the second step is ask yourself, if I were in his or her situation, how would I respond or react to this, whatever it is you want them to do? And then finally, number 3, then take the action that would move you if you were that other person. Those are the 3 steps to trading minds with the people you want to influence, and therefore becoming a more influential and a more successful and effective leader. And that'll do it for Foundation Friday today. We have completed leadership rule number 1, according to Dr. David J. Schwartz, as he shares in his fantastic foundational book, The Magic of Thinking Big. We'll pick up next Foundation Friday with leadership rule number 2, which is think, what is the human way to handle this? Hope you'll join me then. Enjoy your weekend. And of course, Toby is here and knows that I am right by my pool and is urging me to do a cannonball, which I, as always, am not doing. But on a Sunday fun day, often I do record my video from even inside the pool, to shooting some hoops, or just hanging out with my beautiful wife, Michelle. And so if you catch me on a Sunday, there is an excellent chance that I will indeed do a cannonball, which I have done before. Maybe not a cannonball, but I know I've dove into the pool live on one of these videos. Anyway, great seeing you, Toby, and everyone else that's here live or on the replay. Thanks for being here today, and I'll catch you tomorrow on Social Media Saturday. Over and out. Bye-bye.